light on your windowsill, coffee cold beside the unpaid bill. You were humming something out of tune while I traced the cracks up to your moon. Your hair was a mess, a perfect storm. You said good morning in your uniform of yesterday's shirt and borrowed socks, and all my walls just stopped their clocks. I was a tourist in my hometown, never knew a silence could be found till your breathing filled the empty space, and I learned my heart could have a place. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined, the first line of the story I left behind. We built a language out of glances, shared paperbacks and secondhand dances. In the kitchen, flour on the floor, you laughed and said, we're making more than just a mess. We're making us out of all this fragile, quiet trust. I kept your scarf, a stolen square of wool, a softer truth I couldn't quite know. Now I walk the same old streets alone, and every empty room feels like a stone dropped in a well I cannot see the bottom of, just the ghost of your unspoken love. You were the map I never knew I needed, the quiet truth my noise had never heeded. Not an echo but the first true sound that ever turned my world around. You were the calm in my chaos defined, the first line of the story I left behind. Maybe love is just a lesson in release, a tender scar that teaches you what peace is. You weren't the answer, you were the question that taught my soul its own expression. I don't need the echo, I have the sound of you in every safe and sacred ground I ever found within myself. Since then, you were the beginning, not the end. Just the first light on an empty windowsill. Rain on the window pane, a familiar sound, echoes of your voice. Where did it go? Guitar strings hum a lonesome tune. Under the pale moonlight, I'm lost in the blue. Remember the way your hand felt in mine, the smell of your perfume, that old worn outline of jokes we shared, the way you'd laugh. Now all that's left is this empty path where we used to walk, the park at dusk, the bench where we sat, now just a husk of memories that I can't unclench from my fingers like wet leaves in a trench. Why did you have to go and leave me here? This house feels bigger, the silence is clear. I'm counting the days, each one a stone, building a wall around a broken bone. Tears of yesterday falling like rain day. Tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. I'm drowning in silence, no place to hide from the ghost of you standing right by my side. The phone rings silent, no answer at all. I'm picking up the pieces, trying not to fall. Your favorite song on the radio plays, a cruel reminder of better days. The way you danced when that song came on, now I'm alone, singing off-key gone. I'm trying to remember every single line, but the words are blurred like a faded sign. I should've told you I'm not okay, but now it's too late, another day. I'm wearing your jacket, cold on my skin, a ghost of a hug that I can't begin. Tears of yesterday falling like rain on the photograph, the smile that's in vain. I try to hold on, but it's slipping away like sand through my fingers. Another day. Tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. I'm drowning in silence, no place to hide from the ghost of you standing right by my side. Is this the end of the story? Will the pain ever be a memory? Or will it linger like a shadow in the light, a constant companion through the darkest night? The smile that's in vain. I try to hold on, but it's slipping away like sand through my fingers. Another day. Tears of yesterday burning my eyes, watching the sunset, a final goodbye. Side. Rain on the window pane, a familiar sound, echoes of your voice. Where did it go? Guitar strings hum a lonesome tune under the pale moonlight. I'm lost in the blue. Coffee's cold beside the chair you light. I still set 2 cups out, old habits grip. Your laugh's a ghost in these rented walls, echoing off the pictures in the hall. I saw your jacket in the closet door. Smells like rain in the night. We swore we'd never be the kind to just walk away. Now I trace the outline where you used to stay, and the calendar flips another day, while my heart's stuck on replay of the way you said my name. Now it's someone else's claim. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, fading in the corners of a life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. The park bench where we carved our names is weathered smooth, but the scar remains. I heard she's got your mother's eyes. They say you're kinda light in my own disarray. Play the song we loved on a Sunday drive. I hear it in my whole soul, just dies a little inside. I'm happy for you, that's what they all assume, but happiness is just a room I'm locked outside of in this gloom. And the future we painted bright and bold is a story that's already been told to a different ear, a different hand to hold. You're holding her now. I'm just a ghost in your photographs, faded in the corners of a life you laugh about. You're building dreams with her while I'm patching cracks in mine. With every I love you that you whisper, I rewind to the silence where my heartbeat used to sound. Yeah, you're holding her now. Maybe love is just a borrowed light, a spark we think is ours, but it's just passing through the night. And I was a chapter you had to close to find the peace that only someone else knows. So let the tide take this ache I've known. I'll be the echo when you're finally home. You're holding her now, and I'm just learning how to disappear without a sound. Your shadow stretched long on the wet sidewalk concrete, under the sodium glow of a bus stop sign. You were fumbling for keys, laughing at your own heartbeat, while the rain talked soft to the empty street. I was holding a world in a paper cup of coffee, too hot to sip, too sweet to put down. And the way you tucked your hair behind your ear was the first time I ever felt the ground. And the neon sign from the all-night diner flicked its letters in a broken code. I was counting all the cracks in the pavement, while my careful world just exploded. Ooh, it was first light on 14th Street, a just a stranger's smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. The playlist on the radio was static and old songs. We made up lyrics to fill the quiet space. You said the city looked like a circuit board from the bridge. All those little lights, each one out of place. I remember the exact shade of your jacket blue, the way the collar scratched your cheek when you turned, and how the world, which had always been a map I knew, suddenly had a border that burned. Years later, I traced that same route on a map. Found the diners still there, the bus stops new. But the angle of the light, the Tuesday morning, is a ghost I carry in my pocket next to you. Oh, it was first light on 14th Street, a Polaroid of a moment, perfect and incomplete. You were the question I never meant to speak, just a stranger's smile on a Tuesday week. Now every sunrise tastes like instant coffee, and your absence is the loudest sound I know. Yeah, it was first light on 14th Street, and I didn't even know. The radiator hums a one-note song against the cold. The only clock is the heartbeat in my chest, growing old. Your sweater on the chair, still holding your shape. A half-read book lies open, a promise we escaped. The steam has left the window, a faint and foggy trace of all the words we didn't need to speak just to feel this place. And the world outside could shatter, could rage and roar and bend, but in this quiet architecture, nothing needs to mend. Just the weight of your head on my shoulder, sinking in like a slow, soft tide, pulling me back in. So let's keep slow dancing with the silence. Let the empty space become our song. No grand crescendo, no frantic defiance, just the rhythm of right where we belong. In the amber glow of the streetlights haze, writing chapters in the quiet of these days. The coffee's gone cold in the mug we both forgot, a testament to time we never tied in knots. We talk in photographs and glances in a sigh, building a cathedral in the space between a why. The dust motes dance in the slanted afternoon, gold and slow and sacred, a private precious tune. And tomorrow's just a whisper, a ghost against the pain. We're gathering these moments like soft October rain. Every breath a stanza, every pause a rhyme. We're spending all this precious quiet time. So let's keep slow dancing with the silence. Let the empty space become our song. No grand crescendo, no frantic defiance, just the rhythm of right where we belong. In the amber glow of the street lights haze, we're writing chapters in the quiet of these days. And if the year should fray the edges of this scene, and the quiet turns to something like a dream, I will still remember how the stillness felt like sound. A perfect, full and safe and solid ground. This is not a void, it's a canvas, it's a home, a language all our own. Slow dancing with the silence, just the rhythm of right where we belong. Still here, still here. Your scent lingers on the pillow, faint as dawn. A half-remembered dream the day before. The coffee mug sits cold, untouched, a silent guest, a ghost of morning's warmth. It's the best. Remember the street we walked, rain slicked and cold. Your laughter like a melody, bold. The way your eyes held stories deep and true. A chapter closed but not forgotten, just new. Now the silence fills the spaces wide and deep, a hollow where your voice used to creep. The quiet hum of things that used to be, a symphony of memories haunting me. But you're not here, just the echo of your name, a whisper in the wind, a flicker of your presence lingering in this space. Time is a river, flowing fast and deep, carrying away the promises we'd keep. But some things settle like sediment in sand, a weight that holds me here, held by your hand. Your ghost is my favorite song, playing slow, a familiar tune, a place I know. The present tense, a fragile, precious thing, a memory held, a feeling just for you.
Found a dusty box in the back of the closet, buried beneath years I thought I'd left behind. One cracked plastic case, faded black and silver, holding a lifetime between rewind and play. The label's almost gone, your handwriting remains, a little crooked heart beside our names. I can still see your smile in the dashboard light as we drove nowhere on a Friday night. The windows down, the summer air, your favorite song floating everywhere. We thought the road would never end. We thought forever was around the bend. Funny how a melody survives long after people say goodbye. This old cassette still knows every word you said, every laugh, every promise, every dream we never met. This old cassette spinning ghost inside my head. One press of play and suddenly you're sitting right beside me again. The tape runs rough, the sound's not clear, but somehow that makes you feel more near. A little static, a little hiss, like a memory refusing to be fixed. The diner closed years ago, the parking lot's an office now. But when that chorus fills the room, the whole world turns itself around. Some things fade like photographs, some things somehow always last. This old cassette still knows every word you said, every laugh, every promise, every dream we never met. This old cassette spinning ghost inside my head. One press of play and suddenly you're sitting right beside me again. I know time keeps moving forward like headlights disappearing in the rain. And I know we became strangers, walking different roads through different days. my ears. Keeps a part of us alive, like a small forgotten fire, somehow surviving all this time. This old cassette, more than plastic, tape and thread. It's a doorway to a world I thought was gone instead. This old cassette, still turning in my heart, long after everything fell apart. Ooh. The song comes to an end. The reels stop turning slow, but the silence after the music still sounds like home.
The fireplace is a sleepy orange eye, casting shadows on the spine of your favorite book that you left here, dog-eared and loved. I trace the coffee ring on the table where you used to look at me like I was the only page worth reading, and the radiator hums your old tune in a key that's slightly out of tune, and the clock's hands are slow dancers dragging across the floor of this room. I feel the weight of your absence in the quiet that's not quiet at all. It's full of you. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone, in the steam from a cup that's slowly cooling, in the sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart, I'm home. The rain taps a rhythm on the window pane, like your fingers used to on my arm. I find a receipt from that diner downtown where we shared a milkshake, laughed at the world. And the photograph on the mantel grins a frozen moment, sun-bleached and thin, but it holds the heat of 100 grins. And the shadows stretch like old sweaters, pulling tight around my chest. I hear your voice in the settling of the house, in the sigh before the rest. In the hearth and heart, I'm not alone. Your echo lives in the crackle of the stone,
sweater I'm wearing, soft and old and soothing, yeah. In the hearth and heart I'm home. Maybe love is a soft place to land, not a fire but the ashes that remain, a gentle understanding, no grand demand, just the proof that we loved and it wasn't in vain. And the night outside is a vast and empty sea, but in here it's just you and me. I'll keep this hearth burning for the ghost of your laugh, the shape of your hand in the hearth and heart I understand. The coffee's gone cold by the window again. Rain taps softly against the glass. An old song drifts through the room, and suddenly the years come back. There was a little house at the edge of town, a front porch swing painted white. We spent whole afternoons doing nothing, watching the world fade into twilight. Your mother humming in the kitchen, my old bike laying in the yard. The days move slow like a river, back when life wasn't so hard. Funny how the smallest moments stay long after the big ones fade away. I miss that Saturday light, golden through the curtains, soft and bright. No place to be, no reason to run, just two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. The record player skipping in the corner, a blanket spread across the floor. We talked about who we'd become before we even knew what for. The neighborhood kids rode past laughing, fireflies danced across the field, and every dream felt close enough, like something we could almost feel. Now the streets look smaller somehow, two young hearts beneath the sun. And every time the evening falls, I still hear those distant calls, like a photograph inside my mind, forever living in that Saturday light. Maybe growing older means collecting pieces of the past, little moments we once overlooked that somehow end up lasting. Not the parties, not the noise, not the things we thought we'd need, just quiet rooms and simple days, and the people who believed in me. Somewhere deep inside, wrapped in that Saturday light. The song fades low, the rain moves on, but the warmth remains, like it's never really gone. Your sweater's still hanging on the back of my chair, the one with the frayed sleeve you always would wear. I washed all the coffee cups, scrubbed every plate, but the silence you left keeps the kitchen late. The clock on the wall ticks in a different key, and the dust on the windowsill dances with me. I found your grocery list tucked in my book, the ink's running soft from the last look you took. The radio plays a song from our summer, the one we sang loud with the windows down. Now it sounds like a ghost in the speaker, a beautiful sound from a broken downtown. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curl at the edges, they ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. I took the dog for a walk past the old drugstore, the one where we'd laugh at the price of a pour. The neon sign flickered your name in the rain, a flickering ghost of a love I can't name. I called in sick to the script I was writing, the one about us, about fighting and lightning. But the plot's all wrong now, the dialogue's weak, 'cause the ending you wrote was the one I still seek. And the weatherman says a storm is approaching, the kind that bends trees and peels back the sky. but I'm waiting for sunshine to burn off this morning, the one where I woke up and remembered you died. Oh, these frozen photographs, trapped in the negative of my life. We were a perfect exposure, a flash in the dark. Now I'm developing pain in the home of my heart, and the negatives curl at the edges, they ache for the light that we were, for the love that we'd make. These frozen photographs, they don't fade, they just get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. Maybe love is a lens that we look through, and when it breaks all the colors run blue. I could burn every image, I could curse your name, but the frame would stay empty, the fire the same. So I'll keep this museum of moments we stole, the good and the brutal, the loss of my soul. 'Cause to let go completely is to let go of me, and the ghost in the photograph is all I can see. Coffee stain on page 42, the one that looks like a heart if you squint. I trace it sometimes when the night gets too thin, and pretend the stain is a new place to start, a new place to start, a new place. The rain taps on my window like your fingers once did. I'm tracing the outline of your smile in the steam on the glass. The city lights blur through the tears I can't fight. I walk past the bookstore where we met, the same old corner now empty and cold. I picked up a novel you loved, but the words felt foreign, like a language I forgot. The coffee shop across the street, where we shared secrets over bitter brews, now serves strangers with plastic smiles. I heard you laugh in the background, a sound that used to be mine. The autumn wind carries the scent of your hair, but it's just a ghost. And I wonder, do you dream of me in the quiet? When he sleeps beside you, do I haunt your thoughts? Or have I become a footnote in your story, a chapter you skip when you're feeling low? 'Cause you're with him now, in his arms so tight, while I'm here drowning in the lonely night. I see you smiling, but it first time I saw you, you were sitting on the fire escape, rain tapping a rhythm on the metal roof. You were painting your nails with a chip bottle of crimson, and the street lights made halos in the wet air. I brought you a coffee, steaming in a paper cup. You looked up, eyes like startled deer, and said, "You're the new neighbor, right?" I nodded, but my heart was a runaway train. I didn't have the words, just a hum in my ribs, a language I'd never learned, but somehow understood. The world was a puzzle, and you were the missing piece I didn't know I'd been searching for. You were my first everything, the map I drew in the dark, the first time I knew where home was before the world had a name. And when you smiled, the whole block lit up like a string of Christmas lights in July. You were the first note of the song I've been hearing, the one that never fades, never dies. We spent summers in your dad's old pickup, driving nowhere, windows down, the radio playing static and old songs you sang off-key, but it was perfect. We'd stop at the diner for fries and milkshakes, sit in the booth, knees touching, and talk